Hey there, Licknriffers, and welcome back to the Lickin' Room, the new Licknriff headquarters. Alright, so Knights in White Satin, you start the intro by playing the E bass string. Then you play natural harmonics on 12 on all three first strings, and then on the second and third. And then you play the natural harmonic on 7 on the second string. So you get this. Then you have 4, 3, 5 on strings 3, 2, and 1. 4, 3, 5. So you can put it as a chord. Okay? And then 5 slide to 7 on the second string. And then you play the E bass again. Then you have 6 on the third string. 4 on the third string, 7, 6 on strings 2 and 3, and then you play the E bass string, which starts the rhythm. It's E minor basically, so you play, okay, strings 4, 3 from the E minor chord on 2 and 0, and then you turn to D, and you play 2 and 0 on strings 3 and 4. Okay, so it's 0, 2 on string 3 and 4 for E minor, and 2 and 0 for D. So, can you do it again? Then you have the verse. It's E minor again. You can play the chord up to the second string, 2 pull off to 0 on the third string, and then you have D with 2, 2 on the third string. And then a solo line, 2 slide to 4 on the third string and 3 on the second string. And then you have E minor again. Okay? Same thing, okay? Just one A note on the third string instead of 2. That's the only difference. So the first one was... Okay, the second one was just one A note. And then you have the solo line again. And then you have C. Okay, you play the bass. You play the chord up to the E string. 3 pull off to 1 on the second string. And then you have G with 3, 1 on the second string. Then you have F. You bar it, you play the bass, and then you play... Okay, the third string on 2, you can play the whole chord if you want. And then you have 0, 2. So you can just play the bass and then play it as a solo line, or you can do this and lift the bar and the finger when you get to the open G string. Okay, up to you, whatever is comfortable for you. And then you have slide to 5 on the D string with the E bass. And you have 7 on the 5th string. So you have F, and then E minor. And then you play everything again. C. G, F, and then E minor. And then you have 7, 5 again on strings 5 and 4. And then you have 5 hammer on to 7, 7 on the D string with A. Okay, but to make sure that you're hearing A major and not A minor, I play the 6 on the third string with it. So... Okay, and then the open E string, 3 on the second string, and then C, the open E string, 3 on the E string, 2 pull off to 0, and then you have 2 again with E minor, and then you open it. Then you have 15, 14 on the first string, and when you play 14, you play D. You play the D bass. And then you have 10, 12, and you're back to E. Okay, to the E bass. Okay, the chord is E minor. So you can play the rest of the chord if you want. Okay, you can play the rest of the chord. Then you have the solo. The solo starts with E minor, so you can put on the chord or just play open strings. It's the second and first strings. And then 2, 3. And then you have D with 2 pull off to 0 on the E string and 3 on the B string. And then you have 0, 2 on the first string, and then you have C with 0. 3, 1 on the second string, you can pick it, you can pull it off. And then you have 3 again in the open E string. And then you have B7. Okay, B7, it's an A7 shape, okay? Barred on 2. And you play strings 2, 3, and 5, or 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Whatever you prefer. And then you have E minor again, strings 2 and 1. 2, 3 again. And then you have this D. Okay, it's 5, 7, 7 on strings 1, 2, and 3 with the D string. And 8, 7 on the second string. You can slide it or you can pick it. Okay? And then you have 8 again and 5 on the first. Then you have C major 7 with 3, 2, 0 on the first string. C major 7 is C with the open second string, so basically just put on the C head, okay? Just 3 on the fifth string. Okay, you can pull it off. And then 2 slide to 3 and B7. Then you have E minor with 7, 7, 7. And then 6. And then you have C major 7 with 5 pull off to 3. Okay? And the open E string. Then you have E minor again and C major 7 again. A minor with 5, 5, 5 on the first string. Okay? It's a bar on 5, so you have 5, 5, 5 on strings 1, 2, and 3 as well. And then you have 7, 8. And then you have B. Okay, with 7, then A minor and B again. Okay, you can also play 8 to 7 on the first string if you want when you're playing B. Okay, for a little bit of a Spanish flavor. And then you have the I love you line. Remember? With 6 on the third string, okay? To make sure you're hearing A major and not A minor. And then C, E minor. And you can just finish there. This is a good place to finish. So, download the tab, the link is below in the description, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay? There are over 300 arrangements here on Licknriff, and there is always more where that came from. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson. When you download the tab, check out my courses as well. I'm sure you're gonna find one that you're looking for right now in your guitar journey. So guitarfreedom360.com. And I will see you the next lesson. Bye for now. Have fun.